Hey everyone, it's LunArx. The last time I recorded this game, I recorded a lot more footage than I thought I did, and so I've split it into 2 episodes. Unfortunately, that means that there are still some pretty major issues with audio balancing, and also I can't guarantee that there aren't going to be any going forward because I am amateur. But we'll just be picking right back up where we left off. Also, side note, for some reason it keeps not registering me saying the full word that, and that's really confusing to me. Here we go. Enjoy the episode. Interestingly, Royal Gel is no longer an expert mode item. That's rather fascinating. I wonder what it's replaced with. So let's look at our new piece of lore that dropped from King Slime. Whispers from on high dance in your ears. Given time, these gelatinous creatures absorb each other and slowly grow in both size and strength. There is little need to worry about this. Naturally, slimes are nearly mindless and amass only by chance, though it appears they are capable of absorbing knowledge, if only in rudimentary form. Doesn't really explain the ninja inside the slime. I guess the slime consumed the ninja? I always thought the ninja was controlling the slime in base Terraria lore. So, a few days ago, I was editing episode 2 of this series, and I was feeling kind of frustrated and kind of disappointed. When I had recorded the episode, I really felt like I was struggling to convey a lot of the things that I wanted to, and when editing the episode, I was really feeling frustrated that I didn't know if I was being able to edit it very well. It's hard to figure out how to balance how much content to fit into an episode and how much to record and how much to play offline. And I was a little bit down, you might say. And then I realized in the middle of editing that my scheduled episode 1 had been published to YouTube. So, just for the sake of it, since a couple of my friends were subscribed to the channel, I logged into that channel. This channel right here that you're watching. I don't know why I said that channel. And already, even though the episode had only been out for 4 hours, there was a comment from someone I'd never heard of that was another Let's Player who has run this game called Deadwood Gaming. And they left just the most encouraging comment. I didn't really expect anyone that I didn't know to discover this series. Obviously, growing up playing video games and watching Let's Plays, watching gaming content on YouTube, I would fantasize about making a channel someday and then all the people who'd come and watch my content. But as I became an adult, it was very apparent to me how unlikely that would actually be. So the fact that within a few hours of uploading my first Let's Play video, I got someone who I didn't know to come and leave a comment, that was just really encouraging. And it made me a lot more excited to finish editing the episode. And then the next day, when I watched back through the edit, I actually really ended up liking the video. I got some new ideas about what to do, and I've executed some of those ideas here in this episode by playing the game some offline and not just having a sheer amount of footage that I felt compelled to edit down, despite not that much interesting happening in it. Because, as I've said before, there's a bit of a lag spike there. As I've said before, Terraria is kind of a slower paced game, and when you're not playing with other people, there can be a lot of downtime, a lot of dead air. And I thought it would be cool to actually show off the Calamity mod, and with how slow the beginning of this game is, especially when I'm not looking up too much on the wiki, it's an interesting balance that I'm going to have to experiment to try and make. already have the first cave down here. Now, I tend to avoid the underground desert for a while when I play vanilla. To be fair, I often don't play in classic mode, so it may be easier. And I think I'm usually expected to explore the underground desert long before I actually do. There's an NPC to be found down here in vanilla, the golfer, who I actually didn't use too much until relatively recently in journey mode. I think these things aren't activating until I'm touching them, really. In expert mode and in master mode, the underground desert is pretty dangerous in my experience. Yeah, it could just be my lack of experience. Because I'm not great at this game. I just enjoy playing it a bunch, and I keep playing it until I progress. That's something that I've always enjoyed about this game, is the progression more than difficulty ever. That's why I'm playing on Classic now. And why, when I play Journey mode, often I don't give myself rules. I will use God mode when I want to. I will do whatever. Because the experience of exploration and... Hey, there's the golfer. Okay, the music has changed. So maybe I'll start seeing the new enemies. Hey golfer, how you doing? Buy some shurikens, thank you. I'll build you a house later and get you out of here. We'll see if you die before or after that. I don't remember what I was saying before, so that's pretty cool. Okay, that is a shrine. This is something that I kind of remember from before. Ah, there's a new enemy, a storm lion. I think that's what I'm looking for. Something that is new to Calamity is you can find these naturally generating shrines. I actually found another one while I was not recording that I planned to come back to while I was recording. If I recall, these can have some pretty interesting drops. Stormjaw staff. Stormlion Mandible is part of what and ooh. Is this better than, I assume it's better than a slime staff. Baby Stormlion to fight for me. If I remove the slime, I have 2 baby Stormlions now. Who needs baby slimes, despite them being super cute? Now these shrines sometimes have, yes, they have something interesting in Desert Key? Wait, already? Interesting. Once I enter hard mode, I might still have to kill Plantera, but it's interesting that they just give me that. Prism Shard, don't know what that's for. 20 gold, gotta be careful with not dying. Now what is this? Weapons fire unique projectiles based on the damage type they have. Some weapons are unable to receive this bonus. That's interesting. I will not use it right now, but I will keep that in mind. And then down here we have Desert Spirit Lamp. Ancient Chisel. This stuff is all pretty good. And I'm out of space already. Maybe I shouldn't bring so much stuff with me. Here. I'm gonna kill stuff with bricks. I was able to get a pylon. That's just gonna be an awkward pause there. A lot of interesting things you can make with a prism shard, and I don't understand what a lot of it is. Navy prism torch. This is something I could make right now. You know what? Why don't I do that? I'm gonna make, well, actually I got these from the special chest, right? I don't know if I want to use them up. The Etomer. Summons an electric troublemaker. A little note is attached. Thank you, Aloe. Very much appreciated from Ben. Developer item. I don't know what that means. I do know that some items, I think some bosses in this game, were created due to people, excuse me, gold squirrel, were created due to people subscribing at high tiers of Patreon. I could be wrong about that, but I seem to recall that. Oh, I'm gonna need to make, at some point, I'm gonna need to make a storage system. It's time finally to delve into the Crimson. I mean, we've been here before. I mean, like, down inside the Crimson. One thing that I regret about picking Classic mode is that I believe I'm only ever gonna get these 5 slots, these 5 equipment slots. In Expert mode, killing the wall of flesh will give you an item that permanently increases it by 1, and in Master mode, you just automatically get an extra 1. So in Master mode, you can have up to 7 slots. Calamity may have something to increase your equipment slots, but I don't know. Oh my goodness. I don't have, I do have a hook now, but I do not have, I don't have anything that decreases fall damage. Except for this. How does this work? It doesn't say. I think that decreases slime. Slime? Goodness. Speaking of slime, I have a slime hook now that I got from when I killed King Slime. Summons the Desert Scourge when used in the desert. Enrages outside the desert. And it's morning. It's time to return to the desert and fight this Scourge. And I have 1 point on my damage shield. I'm gonna get hit just so that it recharges. Hi, we're back at the desert. We're gonna have some fun here. I've done 0 arena prep. I don't know what this boss does, but I recall coming to it very late when I first played Calamity with a couple of my siblings, and we killed it immediately because it is so easy. However, I'm still fairly early game, so it might not be that easy. King Slime took me a bit, but this is meant to be fought before the Eye of Cthulhu, which is the easiest real boss in the game. So, let's see what happens. Desert Scourge. Well, that didn't last very long. Did I just summon a sandstorm? Okay, we got some things to check out. Has a chance to contain various fishing gear. Aquatic discharge, more lore, pearl shard, Scourge of the Desert. Ah, it's a rogue weapon. Interesting. That's pretty cool. Oh, and here's something interesting. The Desert Medallion is not consumable. I can use it more times and fight the boss more times. Oh my goodness, check out this amazing sword. 24 true melee damage. That's something that's new to Calamity, and I'm not sure how I feel about it being called true melee damage. I think I prefer my screw... This thing is so short-sighted. I don't know. I don't like it. One of the ancient relics increases flight time. Well, I don't have flight yet. Movement speed and jump speed by 10%. That's interesting. Ocean Crest. Most ocean enemies become friendly and provides water breathing. That is very cool. This might help provide navigation in the Sulphurous Sea, but we still won't be able to do much there yet. Now, I could just go back to base, but I also could... I recall Wolfram stuff being pretty useless in the old version of Calamity that I played. But honestly, they've added so much of it that it's honestly some pretty cool stuff. I need to not use this power armor when it's in the last 10% of the boss. While you use the power armor, you can only use this weapon. I think it has a timer. Anyhow, anyway, anyway. Okay, a lot of stuff to go through. Ooh, Desert Scourge mask. It's a pretty cool mask. I prefer my flower. Here we go. That's not symmetrical. I'll deal with it later. Scourge of the Desert upgrades to Wave Skipper. Agile Baronade converts wooden arrows into electric bolt arrows that explode. It's pretty cool. Better than my tin bow that I haven't been using. What can pearl shards make? Star Fury, interesting. Enchanted boomerang, enchanted sword, flying carpet. Some bullets. A nasty fishing rod. Sea remains. Looks like some material and some furnishing stuff. A Tesla potion. Summons an aura of electricity that electrifies and slows enemies. Aura damage is reduced on bosses. Reduces the duration of the electrified debuff. Aquamarine staff. Some of these things I don't have yet. Riptide. Seashine sword. That's a tongue twister. Flurry storm cannon requires aerialite bars. I vaguely recall these. Don't remember when we get them. Storm surge. Again, I don't have any navy stone. I don't think I have sea prisms either. Enchanted axe. Ooh, that looks fun. It's a rogue weapon, which means probably I throw an axe that automatically teleports back to me, like the magic dagger, or like Baxeldan's daggers with his blinkback belt. You come here for all the nerdy references, right? Throws a high velocity axe that returns to you after traveling a short distance or hitting a wall. Yep, that's about sums it up. That's about sums? At the furthest point from the player, a magical axe that travels through walls will be cast towards the nearest enemy. Stealth strikes make the axe fly further, throwing out many other magical axes in all directions. That's another mention to stealth being a mechanic. That's interesting. I'm not used to it being a mechanic in Terraria. Angling kit. Ooh, crate potions. I'm sorry? Angler earring and tackle box? Oh my goodness. I forgot how easy they made it to progress in fishing in this game because the base game's fishing is so broken. The RNG. Only slightly fixed by adding the shimmer finally. Finally, let's check out the lore. Whispers from on high dance in your ears. Once, it was a majestic sea serpent that threatened none but the microscopic creatures it consumed. After Ilmaris was incinerated, it became familiar with the hunt. To survive, it quickly learned to seek greater prey. Unfortunately for the Scourge, it seems that it too was prey in the end. After all, there is always a bigger fish in the sea. Interesting fact, the Desert Scourge, or Scourge of the Desert, is one of many large worm bosses that are scourges in this game. There is one called the Scourge of the Sea, and there are some others. Drop this in my lore chest. Now, you may have noticed, you may not have, there's a lot going on, but when I crafted the medallion, I also crafted a suspicious looking eye. So we're just gonna be a boss marathon today, okay? No arena, this is classic mode. It's just gonna be me and the eye and my two little storm lions. Oh my goodness, this isn't consumable either? Sorry for breaking the tension. Something I do recall is that even Plantera has an item that you can craft that lets you summon it. That's something that vanilla does not allow at all. You always have to break a Plantera bulb item. But that's a long ways in the future. That's battle armor. It's like an Iron Man suit, except not at all. Maybe original Iron Man, but the weapon, not at all. All before the power of Wolfram technology. I'm gonna kill you with a screwdriver, maybe. Alright. Shield of Cthulhu. Ordinarily, an expert mode item. Interesting. Am I going to be able to get the accessory anyway? This is, in fact, a great weapon. It allows you to double tap the dash. I might not do this because you can probably hear my finger slamming on my keyboard every time I do this. I may play in the interim. Wait, hold on a second. He seems to have something to say. No smoking in here. Okay, I thought he was gonna say something interesting. Shop. Sell some potions, that's nice. He was literally just screaming about not smoking. Well, I wasn't smoking. The cat wasn't smoking. Goliath, you weren't smoking, were you? I didn't think so. Who's a good little buddy? In the interim, I think I'm gonna log in and organize all my things. That sounds good. And then the last thing I'm gonna do before closing this episode is read this last bit of lore. Oh my goodness. Still haven't used the turtles. Or the scaffolding. We'll get to it. I also haven't used this thing. I still don't know what it does, and I'm scared to use it because I feel like it's gonna break. Anyway, here's some lore. The Eye of Cthulhu. Whispers from on high dance in your ears. In ages past, heroes made names for themselves facing such. Now I'm gonna have to edit this. In ages past, heroes made names for themselves facing such monsters. Now they run rampant, spawning from vile influences left unchecked. They blend well with the horrific injustice of their forebears. Forebearers. Slaying one merely paves the way for a dozen more. Surely this does not concern you either. Well, lore in this game is interesting. I didn't need to turn the music that loud. I thought it was dramatic. Have a great day, everyone.